I want to force you to this area. Make sure the company... Oh, god damn it, you're still alive. Lots of questions. First and foremost is, what is this?
Oh, that was just a nosebleed.
A nosebleed?
You know, I thought I'd take advantage of the situation because I don't want to step into cult territory.
Everyone in the damn cult knows who you are. They won't attack you.
Who's he?
Oh, that's right. Ignore him. Well, if you went to all this trouble to get my attention, you must have something to tell me.
You know, that's really making me uncomfortable. Could you put it away?
I'll keep it as close to me as I want. And if it really makes you feel better...
Exactly what I meant. So remember, last time I saw you and, you punched me in the jaw?
A highlight of my career, yes.
And I said that I was going to do some research into your cult?
Yes.
Well, I did just exactly that. Take a look at this. Obviously not the original, but what do you think? Look familiar?
Of course it looks familiar. It's...
Well then, look at this and this.
Where in God's name did you get these? Perhaps more importantly, where are they from?
All these were taken in like 1905.
Okay. Operator symbol test number 1.
Found this all rather interesting, but these were all in the basement of an old lady. She seemed to know a lot about secret societies, you know, lots about the Freemasons, I noticed, but she seemed to think that she knew something about this cult, too. I gave her a little description. People worshipping kind of Jesus Christ type figure in a nice suit.
That's it.
And she was very helpful and gave me a box full of papers and newspaper clippings. And, well, these were in them. But after that, I decided to go down to the local library, look through newspaper records. And I found lots of interesting things. At first I was thinking I was just going to be looking for disappearances, murders, abductions, things like that. But eventually, I started noticing this connection. It started with disappearances, and then it went all the way down to murders and such. Further back in time it went, the more and more it seemed to be connected to the site of an old college. I've never even heard of it. The Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics. You familiar with it?
No.
Thought not. Well, like the first mention I found was 1980 something. I forget exactly the year, and I don't remember much about the actual story, except for the fact that it was a disappearance that occurred on the site of the old Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics. Further back in time it went, the more and more of the disappearances similar to that I found.
Really?
And I also found these murders taking place there too. Some of them weren't just singular. There were mass murders going on here. Lots of dead bodies showing up. It might have been passed as the work of a serial killer, but some of these deaths were decades apart.
I'm so confused how you figured all this out.
But it started getting more interesting. Further back in time it went. Now I'm talking like 1940, I believe. We have articles talking about how some of the people who disappeared there were actually old employees of this college. And even by that time, the college was like 50, 60 years old. It actually had been closed for about 25 years, about. I believe it was closed sometime around 1910. I found that very interesting. So I decided to do a little more research into the Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics, and I found out that there were 2 people on the staff that were consistent. One was a Japanese man.
Oh my god.
His name was Shinji Ito.
Ito. You found him?
I'm sure you recognize that name. When we first met, I told you about a guy who's been contacting me named Ito.
I'm just amazed you were able to find out anything about him at all.
The other guy, this was very interesting because I'm not familiar with him at all.
Really? What's his name?
Went by the name of Speaker Scalene.
Scalene.
Scalene is in the triangle.
Yes, I know that.
It didn't really make much sense to me why someone would have that name. But I decided to do a little research into this guy, and I found a bunch of letters, actually. I believe they had to be exchanged with a niece or granddaughter or something. You know, just, my dearest, the name was removed. My disease makes it inconvenient to use my handwriting, so I am using a typewriter or something like that. I hope you and your parents are well, and I look forward to seeing you again this summer. It was something like that, but what I found most interesting was how it was signed. Speaker Scalene, this guy wouldn't even use his real name with family.
What? Oh.
I guess what's concerning me is, what does the Mandelbrot set have to do with the Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics? And what does the Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics have to do with Speaker Scalene? And what does Speaker Scalene have to do with your boss?
Why don't you figure that out yourself? You've already come so far.
Then, it kind of hit me.
I ought to hit you.
I need to look for pictures of this Speaker Scalene. So I did do some looking. And, all I was able to find were pictures that had this guy in it. Not sure if they're of Speaker Scalene. Kind of seems weird, but maybe Speaker Scalene was being stalked by your boss. That's a possibility. Maybe he was a conduit. Maybe your boss wanted to convert him, I guess, like you converted me.
It's possible. What do you think?
What do you think?
Well, it does seem to be his modus operandi. He's probably a very powerful conduit.
Would make sense. I mean, do you kind of think of your boss as like the super conduit, patient zero with the conduit gene or whatever?
Voice?
Yes, evidently.
I found out all of that like a week or so ago. I've been waiting for an opportunity to call you. I didn't want to go to, like I said, I didn't want to go to your base myself. I don't feel ready to do that. But, you know, I need some way of contacting you, so first nosebleed I got and decided, you know, this will get your attention.
Yes, how immature of you.
So you came here with that guy. Who was he anyway?
I told you already, he's a person you've never met before, now move on.
Oh, I get it. So I guess all you guys have names like Senses and, you know, the Voice.
Why do you go by the alias of the Voice?
I do have a real name. I haven't used it in a very long time, for good reason.
And what's that reason?
Code names and my calls have a very important symbology. I'm the Voice because I relay the boss's orders. Or if I did.
Everyone's name is based around what they do in the cult. My name is the Voice because I relay the boss's orders, nothing more, nothing less.
Now, I just want to hear your opinion. What do you think? What do you think of this?
I think you're becoming more involved in this than it's good for you.
What? I think it's my right to find this stuff out.
Oh no.
I think it's...
You think you have the right to find out everything there is to know about my little club just because you're curious?
No, I get it. You don't think any man should have the right to question your call? You told me that you didn't even like it that much.
Oh, trust me, I don't. But the things you're finding out could easily get both of us in trouble. Deep trouble.
Listen. I wasn't gonna say anything, because, you know,
I remember the last time you said that.
I'm not going to pull a gun on you, man. I know it sounds weird, but what would you think if the Berkshire College of Modern Mathematics and your cult were one and the same?
I'd say you were putting us all in danger with your crazy ideas.
Whoa! Put that down, man. I don't want...
That is out of the question.
I was just saying that maybe they have some... They might not even be the same thing. Maybe they're connected somehow. Maybe they worked together. I don't know. I mean, think about it this way. Your cult, it's...
Tell me.
It's this organized organization that goes back many, many years. Now, we have disappearances, we have murders on the site of this college, and you're going to tell me that it has nothing to do with it? I look for photos of Speaker Scalene. All I find are photos of your boss. There's something going on here. And apparently you don't want...
I am warning you. Shut up.
No, you shut up. You listen to what I have to say. I think you've been blinded. I think maybe you think you're free from all this cult influence. Maybe you think that you're above the belief that your boss is your god. I don't think that at all. I think you're just as blinded as all the others. You know what? You can go. And you're not going to shoot me. I know that.
Hey, voice. Again. If Harry is such a terrible conduit, then why does he want him alive?
You know something, don't you? You know something you haven't been telling me.
I think you're right, but I still can't.
Maybe you didn't realize this, but I've been developing my abilities a little. You know, psychic powers kind of come with the job. The untruthfulness you've been doing with me? Kinda. Last time you said that you had no idea the untruthfulness why the boss is keeping me alive.
What are you doing?
Last time I said that you had no idea feeling more why the boss is keeping me alive, and I realized he's not telling the truth. I thought about that, and I got this gut. So I think it's time you did. More and more I thought about it. Why did you realize he's not telling the truth? Alive. So I think it's time you did. You're going to tell me. Does your boss want me alive?
No, I swore not to tell.
You're going to tell me.
He's keeping you alive because you're not the one he wants.
When you say he, I assume you're talking about the boss, aren't you?
The boss.
The boss, lazy bastard, doesn't like getting his hands dirty.
He's after a far more powerful conduit.
And?
The whole time, Harry was being kept alive because...
The boss wants to get to him through you because he's someone you know and trust. A friend.
No way.
Yes, you know who he is, don't you? Don't you?
he wanted to get to you.
I've never even said anything about Travis.
So you do know. Good.
Me? Why did the boss want me?
Well, it's obvious from the fact that you're here that you are a very gifted conduit, as a matter of fact.
If you let me explain, then you'll understand why we need him.
You leave him out of this. You
He
leave.
is far more powerful than you are.
He doesn't have anything to do with this. I don't care if he's a better conduit than I am.
He's a friend. I know. But did you ever consider you could end this all by letting us have him?
Go. Just
I'm a conduit?
Indeed.
go. I don't wanna.
Very well.
I don't wanna even.
But promise me. Promise me you'll think about this.